Howdy, welcome to our program today on project-based learning at home physical education projects. I'm Chuck Corbin from Arizona State, so let's get to it. What is project-based learning? Well, you probably already know, but I'm going to give you one. There are so many different definitions. I'm not going to do much reading, but I'm going to read this one off here. Project-based learning is a method of instruction that gives students the opportunity to learn through engaging in projects that are meaningful and useful in real-world daily living. There are some criteria that various people use for project learning, and there are all kinds of projects. Some projects are very, very extensive and take up a whole class for a whole semester, even a year, where students get involved. In this case, we're talking about a small project, but a project nevertheless. And a project typically is something that has a meaningful question, allows student choice and voice, allows collaboration, student with other students or adults, parents, teachers, others. One thing that many project-based learning experts focus on is 21st century skills, helping kids and people learn to use things that are necessary to get ahead in the real world: communication skills, problem solving, decision making, creativity. And once a project is completed, that it gets some level of feedback and revision. In this case, with a small project, there's less of that than there is where you're doing day-to-day work on a project that's going to take time. And then finally, public presentation, because a public presentation provides a stake for the student, a stake for the participants, and it helps them want to make a good showing, so to speak. The first one I'm going to talk about two projects today, and these are projects that can be done at home or could be done in the school, for example. The first one is a simple project, and we're going to call it JUMPNASTICS. This comes from a record album that I did in the 1970s. The two-record 33 RPM album had music and a teacher's guide. Shows you how old I am just because it's a 33 RPM vinyl record. But I've adapted it here and allowed you to use this and allowed families to use this. And then I'm going to describe a more flexible home exercise project that gives more control and less direction for those who want to use it, but it would be seemingly more complex as well. JUMPNASTICS is an activity typically done to music, although it doesn't have to be. It could be done to a drum beat using a spoon and a bowl. It could be used a drum if you have one. It could be music. Typically the music is 100 to 100 beats per minute. Anyway, the meaningful question: home exercise, something to do at home with the family, but it could also be done at school. Student choice, we're providing some of the information, but students get to choose what skills they want to include in their routine. Collaboration, hopefully this at-home activity will be done with the collaboration of family members. Some of the 21st century skills: creativity and decision making, a public presentation on video to an audience, whichever. Feedback and revision, okay, if you want to move on to do a better job, but just doing the project one time is certainly a useful exercise. I'm touting the family activity aspect. It can be done indoors. It can be done in evening when there's less opportunity to be outside. And I want to emphasize that practice time is important. A routine such as I will be describing may actually last a minute or two. But we want kids and family members to have exercise. So things like all the practice it takes to learn the skills to do a routine all counts as physical activity. And once the project is completed, if you do a video of it, then it can be used for others to imitate, and it can be shared with other people. In this particular case, these are the foot movements. There are 5 of them. The kangaroo jump up and down on 2 feet. The 1-foot hop, up and down on 1 foot. The hot sock hop, alternately 2 times on 1 foot, 2 times on the other. 2, 2, 2, 2. Jumping jack, apart together, hop, kick, left, hop, kick, right, hop on 1 foot, then kick, hop, kick, hop, kick. The arm movements illustrated here, the butterfly swing, like up and down swing, and the jumping jack, the jackknife swing up to front with the arms straight, fan swing side to front, pump swing, arms in front, push out, punch swing, arms in front, swing wide to the side. So in order to illustrate this, I asked my 2 youngest granddaughters if they would help out. So they decided to demonstrate some of these movements for you. So here we go. Luna, the pup, decided to get involved there. A family project. Okay, now you've got some idea what the foot arm movements are and the arm movements. So what do? Kids who are assigned to do a routine. You select the music, 4-beat rhythm, 100 to 100 beats per minute, or as I mentioned earlier, a drum beat to start with. Practice the foot movements without movements until you can do them 8 times in a row. Practice each movement with music until you can do them 8 times in a row. Adjust each foot movement individually at first. Arm movements, the same thing. Practice without music, then with music. Then the directions are create a routine. And this can be for K1 little kids, 32 counts of just several foot movements with no arm movements, just 8 counts of one, 8 counts of another, however you decide to do it. 32 counts of just arm movements would be another kind of thing. As my granddaughters perform just each of the foot movements and arm movements to demonstrate is their project. For 1 to 3, 32 count routines that alternate 8 counts of foot movements with arm movements, or combine 1 foot movement with 1 arm movement for a certain number of counts. As they get older, 4 to 8, they can choose more difficult routines, and there's a handout that is available that you can access that shows you some of these different 32 count routines. They're all combinations of foot and arm movements. They can be done with any combination, and the routines don't have to be 32 counts. They can be 64, whatever you choose. That's where the decision making comes in. That's where the student input comes in. That's where the student voice and choice comes in. Once that's done, use a phone, an iPad, or whatever, a camera to make a JUMPNASTICS video. After you've perfected your routine, have a family member record the video, and you perform your routine. Then once the video is done, or once the demonstration is done, involve other family members to perform the routine with the video. Or you can share the video with friends, and they can share with you, or you can submit your video project to your teacher if the teacher chooses and if you choose. So this is a small project, but it meets the criteria. It's not busy work. It's something that kids can do to meet their 60 minutes of daily physical activity. It, for example, can come in very handily during times when people are restricted to home, such as during a corona virus crisis. You can get the information about JUMPNASTICS in a blog that's and that'll be included in a handout, plus a 2-page handout. You can either get that handout by clicking on it in the blog that I have pictured here. If you want to take a picture with your iPhone to get this blog address, you can do so, but it's also available on the handout that'll accompany this video. Okay, so you can try that out, see how it goes, get active at home, or you can do a flexible project, just call it home exercise. It's a meaningful question, create home exercise, something that you and your family can do at home. Student choice, choose the activities. Hip hop routine, whatever. Collaboration, work with your family members. Communication, creativity, decision making are all involved. Public presentation, present your results to your family or have your family do a video with it. If you choose, try and revise. So it's an open-ended thing, but it's something that can be done as a family home project. Create a home exercise activity that your family can do together. That's fun. That can be done in limited space, that you can record on video, and that you can show to others. So these are some of the ideas for a at-home project to promote physical activity in the home and to get more than just the student involved. And in that regard, I encourage the whole family to be involved. Take advantage of people who are musical. Maybe somebody can create music on a guitar, a piano, verbal music, write a song. Artistic, somebody might want to help with the choreographing or doing the video or suggesting other artistic things like a sign or something for a background for the video. Tech-savvy members of the family that can help you edit the video if you want to get fancy. Active, skilled individuals who can demonstrate things and help with skill learning. Those scientists in the family can create information about the benefits of doing that activity that could be included graphically with the help of artists in the presentation. And what other experts, what other expertise is there that could contribute to the development of this home project? Okay, so these are just some ideas for using a project-based learning to get kids active at home, or for that matter, in the school. I want to give credits to the original source JUMPNASTICS album, the JUMPNASTICS Instructor's Manual, as well as a homemade play equipment book that my brother David and I did back in 1991. This is the second edition that it happens to include JUMPNASTICS as well. That concludes the presentation. Thank you very much.